Hi everyone, my name is Emma and today I am going to do a spoiler review of season 2 of the Netflix show Young Royals, and I am so excited. I have so many thoughts. Alright, so without further ado, let's go.
Alright, so overall I put season 2 at like an 8.8 out of 10 stars. It was really good, but I do personally still like season 1 better. I think maybe season 2 has to grow on me. It has been about 24 hours. So nothing is going to be in like a specific order. This is just all of the random thoughts that kind of went down. So first, the music, absolutely amazing and stunning. Okay, every time music was on the screen behind the characters or something like real and like what we're supposed to be focusing on, it was so energized, especially in the Simon and Wilhelm parts. Oh my god. um I will have that soundtrack on replay, and oh my god, Simon's song, it is so adorable. And honestly, I mean, it's really sad if you think about it, but it's great. Okay, Omar, the actor that plays Simon, is absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy they let him sing more in this season, like raw and with choruses and everything. And he has an original song, which is like what he was missing. His voice is so nice, and listening to any of the songs used in Young Royals with both headphones makes you feel like you were like unstoppable. I stand the Young Royal sound. Another thing I noticed that I literally never really pay attention to was like the editing of this. I started to pay attention after seeing the first trailer with the Most Beautiful Boy song, which is a stunning song. I love that song. Like let's just have that on repeat and like have a gay fest. But definitely the editing for the trailer and then everything after that was like amazing. So the chemistry between the characters in Young Royal is always one of the things that made this show stand out. It portrays relationships so well and real. Like, they're not just happy little kids running around. Like, there are always fights, there's drama, it's messy. They usually make up in the end, but like, they have overarching like plots that like characters don't just forgive each other over nothing. And I really like that they like keep that going. So obviously, the main reason for watching this show, the relationship between Wilhelm and Simon. Their relationship is absolutely everything. So at the beginning of the season, Simon comes back and he feels he can't trust Wilhelm, as Wilhelm has come back to school with an urge to get him back no matter what it takes. I love Simon and Wilhelm so much. They are so nice to give us like that scene at the end of 5, and you all know what I'm talking about. But the direction, chemistry, and lovely characters were all there. And go Wilhelm for closing those curtains at that end of that episode. And the music was everything. You all know what scene I am talking about. So definitely in the first 3 episodes, Wilhelm is in this like bad boy rebellion phase, which is absolutely awesome. What a boss move to tell the council he was not going to be king if things continued how they are. William has such good representation and writing in his mental health issues throughout, with his anxiety like getting worse. He gets a pamphlet. He got a haircut, not the same, but still. He went to therapy, like real thing that happened, and it was actually helpful for him. I am so proud. I'm happy they gave him like the arc to continue grieving Eric, and they didn't just like forget about it as I was afraid they would do. But William is just dealing with so much all at once, and all the stresses and lies of his family on his shoulders. But finally this season he was breaking free. He was deciding that he wants to do what he wants, and he's not going to live live by the rules of his family. He is aligned to the therapist about how he found feelings that he didn't know he could feel, and he almost wished it had never happened. And that line was like everything. It's like simply the idea of like you can't miss what you didn't know you had. And his struggles were all just so real and well done. Okay, Simon? buddy boy is just trying his best. I understand that he doesn't want to be a secret, but of course Wilhelm is dealing with a lot of forces outside of his control. And of course he still loves Simon. Like, still. But I am happy that Simon tried to see what else was out there for him, obviously in the form of Marcus. But it's okay. I just wanted him to be happy. But of course he came back to his senses and understands Wilhelm and tries to see it from his point of view. I loved Simon singing this season once again. It was absolutely amazing. So Simon this season is a bit of like a double-sided character. He obviously feels he can't trust Wilhelm, so he's looking for love elsewhere, and he finds Marcus. And he almost like intentionally tries to force the relationship, but then he tries to get out, and it doesn't really work. But I'm happy they took his character as like not a single-sided character. Like, he makes the choice at the end that he's not going to go to the police, and then he decides he's going to go to the police, and then he says he's not going to. But he ultimately decides to protect his own family, which I'm happy that he can come to that decision himself without like feeling like ultimate regret and all those things. But I really like what they did with Simon this season. Obviously, I just want to see him and William together, but it's all good. All right, so not only was Simon great this season, but Simon's friends were awesome this season. I absolutely forget their names, but I am so happy that they had screen time. They are like the only things that aren't toxic, like probably the only characters that don't have like some toxic character arc throughout. I love when Wilhelm goes to Simon's house to tell him about August and the royal line going down to him, but I love when his one friend's like, he really goes, did he say he's going to give up the crown for you? Which is like insane. But Simon has true friends at home, and I'm happy he did not ditch them. They are amazing, and I love them. But I'm happy that Wilhelm trusts them as well. Like, he goes up and he tells them exactly what he needs to tell them while his friends are there as well. So they understand like both sides that are happening right there. Like, I feel the need to keep repeating this to myself. Wilhelm wants to be free, and he wants to be with Simon, as we know, and like, he's so willing to drop everything. He literally was going to give up the crown to be with him. He thought about it. Insert crying face. Another relationship that happened in this season, which first off, the season is just full of relationships. There was so much drama. Like, so much. I feel like the first season was so fluffy and nice, and like there were drama. There was Eric's death, but it was nonstop this season. But Simon and Marcus, how do we feel about them? I did not want to like Marcus, but the thing is that like he wasn't toxic, I guess, until like the end there a bit, but like he did almost everything correct. There was a moment in, I think it's episode 3, where Simon kind of tells him that he's not ready for something real, and it almost felt like he was trying to break up, but Marcus was kind of like, oh no, it's fine, we'll just take it slow, and then Simon's in this relationship. I'm not really sure if that was what it was meant there, but I thought that was supposed to be a breakup, and Marcus was just like, no. But Marcus did grow on me, and like, he never did anything that was like forcing Simon to do what he didn't want. And of course, I wanted Simon and Wilhelm to be together, but there was something there. Marcus was so kind and understanding with Simon. And let's like reiterate, he didn't even watch the whole sex tape video. Like, he has so much self-control. Like, if you think that your potential boyfriend might have hooked up with the Prince of Sweden, I like the amount of self-control that he used to not watch that video. Like, Marcus, God, do we deserve you? But we know Simon. What is true love but not messy, complicated, and something you need to fight for? I hope Marcus finds someone, but obviously Simon is Wilhelm's. Sorry. Okay, so now we are going to talk about episode 4. There is the ball, which is insane. And then also still back on Simon and Marcus, that was one of the things Marcus did like so well. Like he went out of his way to a place he didn't even want to go in the first place to support Simon, which like, damn, do we deserve that, man? But the outfits during the ball, they were all so like amazing and gorgeous. Like congrats to all of the costuming that worked on this show. But Wilhelm in that wig though, oh my God. The awkward conversation between Simon, Marcus, and Wilhelm inside the school was something. I'm not sure if Wilhelm did that to try and like insert himself into relevance or not, but it was weird. I'm happy. Obviously, we're all happy. Simon follows him and talks to him in the garden, and we get our first kiss back, baby. And wow, 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 wow. Simon must love him to kiss him with that wig on. So, I can't. Sarah, Simon's sister. How no. I cannot stand her. I don't know what it was about her, but she makes so many choices and changes into someone throughout the season that I do not vibe with at all. I didn't like her that much in season 1, but like she was manageable, but like at this point I was just no, I wanted nothing to do with her. I understand she connects with the horse and she loves him and like obviously she doesn't want him to go away, but like, at the end, she kind of deserved to lose it. Like, she deserved some type of consequence. I am happy she turned August down in the end about how, like, he bought the horse for her, and she was like, no, you don't understand. So, maybe in the end, she'll turn around, but I hated how she acted this season, which obviously was purposeful. I don't understand how she could get together with August after watching him destroy the lives of the people around her, including her own brother. No. It is like, it's news that she's 18 though and repeated a grade. So that was like good character details to know about her. But those are my thoughts on Sarah. Guys, August, no, fuck him. August is an absolutely terrible being. He's still addicted to those ADHD meds and seems to literally rely on them to function. He almost had moments where I thought, maybe he's going to turn around, and then he just destroyed it. He almost seemed to like Sarah for a second there, but maybe it was just because he needed a distraction and he liked that a girl was throwing himself at him. But oh my God, I hope Wilhelm never gives up the throne to him, because God, King August, that's never anything I want to even think about. Disgusting. August was terrible. Also, with August, like, he was manipulating everyone around him. So Alexander comes back this season after the whole drug scandal gets resolved. So he comes back and he turns out to be gay and friendly, and he becomes friends with Wilhelm. And it was so nice to see, because Wilhelm finally has like a gay friend that can help him out and like feels for him, but like obviously for once there is another gay person that he's not interested in. And it was nice to see, but then August tells him about the whole drug, what happened, and it just, of course, Alexander and August kind of pin them down when Simon is thinking about going to the police. And that was just so upsetting. I wanted Alexander and Wilhelm to just like chill, be friends, just be there. But it's fine, I guess. Maybe they'll make up, who knows. So another character we need to talk about in this really quick, just rant of a review at this point, Felice. She, like, I didn't like her that much in season 1. Obviously, she had this giant crush on Wilhelm, and she kissed him at one point. It was just no. She had a thing with August, but she really stepped up this season. She was an amazing friend to Wilhelm that he needed. I am so sad that kiss happened. Obviously, Wilhelm was in a dark place. She was just confused, I guess. But they dealt with it beautifully. I'm so sad that they like talked about her behind her back. And obviously Wilhelm then complicated things even more with Simon. But they fixed it. They bounced back. They talked. They were like, we are going to just be friends, and I'm happy they are so clear on that. So now they can just be friends with no problems. Someone can have a clear and stable relationship, even if it's a friendship, and they deserve each other. They're great. I hope Felice does find someone that doesn't use her and do terrible things behind her back, looking at you, August, and Sarah. But I really did like Felice more this season. All right, so just a side note, I don't know the girls' names. They're friends with Felice and Sarah, but the two of the girls are, like, getting together, and they're both, like, they're not, like, major characters at all, so you don't really know much about them, but, like, I'm down for them to, like, add a little extra, like, more gay action on the side. But, yes, I'm happy that they happened. And I hope we get a more, like, developed story with them if there's time. When and if we get a season 3. Oh my god. All right, so let's talk about the ending, all right? The most important part, and maybe the possibility of a season 3. So the best correlations to the seasons by far, I think, is when Wilhelm ends season 1 saying, I love you to Simon. And he says, like, have a good break or something like that. And season 2, Simon ends with the I love you line. It is his last line in season 2. And I could replay and hear that line over and over and over because, oh my god, Wilhelm defies everyone and comes out with the truth about the video during his speech, and I am so proud. There was a moment where, like, August was going to do the speech, and he got up as soon as he saw August up there and said, no, I need to talk, and we need a season 3. I am so ready. I know it's literally been a day as of recording this, so we will suffer. But this season was less about, like, the action and more of dealing with the aftermath of season 1. I know we all just want, like, one episode, though, where Simon and Wilhelm can just be happy. Like, one where they can have one episode, one 45-minute episode where they have a stable relationship throughout, okay? But even with season 1, I felt like they had to fight someone every single episode. Like, something was always wrong, and I just want to see him happy. One episode, please. Please, Netflix, is that so hard to ask? But the ending was everything. It obviously was happier than season 1 ended. Like, they are stable, they're together. The smile that Wilhelm gives to Simon after he admits to being in the video, and he's just like, it was not something I wanted to share. And Simon smiles back, and, like, it was like a comforting after he just said that, and then he turns back to the screen and he gives you the gaze, because, you know, he turned back around. He was just like, oh shit, gotta face the consequences now. But I am so proud. I hope everyone was screaming at that point. Okay, so I need to end this here, but it is time for endless social media fandom scrolling of memes, edits, arts for Young Royals. I literally, Young Royals season 2 released here. I live in the Eastern Coast, so it released at 3 a.m. for me. So I literally set an alarm. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I watched it until like 8:30 in the morning, and it was great. It was great. I was like transported to their world. But I would love to have a conversation about this show in the comments on social medias, whatever. Message me. I have like no one else to talk to about this. But I definitely did not mention everything I wanted to, and these were just my first thoughts. And I still really like season 1 more. Maybe because you get to see more of like Simon and Wilhelm falling in love, and it was more fluff. You know, we're all here for the fluff. But I think season 2 may need to grow on me to earn that like 10 stars. But I was not expecting to love this show so damn much. Oh my gosh. But like, what did we do to deserve this show? It is so beautiful, emotionally, audio, visually. Like, I was not expecting to like this show that much when I first watched season 1, but I am just so happy it's here, and someday I would love to work on a project that is as like means as much as Young Royals does. All right, so these are just my opinions and thoughts about the show. Please feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Thank you, and I will see you another time.